All right, you're back again. I guess a veteran, even though you're a sophomore.
Yep.
What do you think of the new crop of guys you've already teamed up with here?
I'm excited. I feel like they're all hungry. They all bring something different to the table. I feel like we're going to be a lot better than what we were last year just because they work a lot harder during the gym every night. They just love the game of basketball, and I just can't wait to step on the court with them.
You know, last year with Jared being banged up and you just didn't have nearly as much depth inside. Mm-hmm. What's it been like with just these monsters you're going against in practice every day?
It's been crazy. I mean, there's a lot of length, a lot of strength. I mean, you just got to come out and just be focused every day in practice because any day you can be abused down there with guarding Reid or nickel block all your shots. I mean, you just got to come in focused and just ready to play. Yeah,
and you've got Nick back with you, Quade, a couple other guys. Mm-hmm. How much of getting ready for this season is there like a hunger just with how last year fell a little short of your goal?
We've just been hungry. I mean, we can't wait to play. Just coming out here playing pickup every day, getting in the gym, just shooting shots, and we just miss being able to play in the Kentucky uniform. That's the biggest thing for us, and we just can't wait.
What in the world got into Nick in the Bahamas? I mean, I've been saying he's going to be a great sophomore. I'm the leader of his fan club, but I mean, he was excellent in the Bahamas all 4 games. What's gotten into him?
His confidence. I mean, it went up all the way. He got a haircut, and he looks a lot better now.
He needed that.
I'm just happy for him. He's been in the gym working on his jumpers, his jump hooks, and everything. You can tell he's much more dedicated than what he was last year.
You had an excellent game. Unfortunately, it ended in a loss against Kansas State. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, a lot of fans want to point to the free throws. I follow you on Instagram, and I want to smack all of them when I see them in the comments. I see you've had fun with that, but does it annoy you when they just want to point that out?
No, I just think it's funny. I mean, they mess with me every day about it, so I mean, I'm pretty used to it now. So it doesn't. I don't really let it get to me. I just laugh about it and just keep moving on.
I will say I thoroughly enjoy when you kind of fire back at them with that. But what do you think you have improved on going on to the upcoming year? I mean, you did a lot of working out with NBA teams. Mm-hmm. You've improved so much since then, it seems. What do you see in yourself going into year 2?
The biggest thing I think I've improved on is just being able to guard different positions, switching out on smaller guards and keeping them in front. And then just being more comfortable with my outside shot and just being able to be a leader for this team is just the 3 biggest things I've been working on.
That's kind of the scouting report on you is you need to step out and show a little more shot to kind of have that NBA future. Is that really something we're going to see out of you, maybe stepping out a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I shoot a lot more threes in practice than what I did last year. I'm comfortable with it. Guys are really contesting them now, so I mean, I'm just trying to make everyone I shoot, so that's pretty much the goal.
Well, guys in the past like DeMarcus, Anthony, Cal doesn't let them shoot threes. They go to the NBA, and they're some of the best big men shooters. Will you just tell Cal, like, chill, let me get out here and shoot these?
I mean, you can't really tell Cal what to do. He's going to have it his way regardless. So you just got to go out and just try to do what he says.
I know you're probably sick of talking about your NBA draft decision and how close you're shaking your head like, yes, I am. I am sick of that. Talking with your dad after the season, usually I'd like to, and I can, or at least I think I can, kind of read people. He would go 1 minute being like, you know what, he can be a kid. He can keep staying in college, playing video games, having fun. You don't want to rush life. And then the next minute he's saying, but it only takes one team to find the right fit for him. It's not that, it has to be every team has to like him. It just takes one. It seemed like the family was somewhat conflicted with the decision. Is that true, and does that make it a little harder for you?
I feel like my family had my back whatever decision I made. I mean, they really let me make my decision. They didn't make the decision for me. I mean, they obviously wanted me to make whatever decision they wanted, but I kind of took whatever they had to say and just basically made my own decision. I feel like I made the best decision for me and them. So I mean, I didn't really let all their stuff get to me, I guess.
I know you've told us before you made the decision just based on yourself. You weren't worried about anybody else, but when you made the decision to come back, were you following Reid Travis's recruitment at all? Were you saying, you know what, I'd love to play with that dude?
I had no idea. I mean, I was the decision was so hard for me that I wasn't focused on anything but myself, obviously. So I just heard from a lot of people trying to sum things up, and I just felt like the best decision was coming back. And then once I made that decision, I got into his decision more. I actually worked out with him in Minnesota. So, I mean, I knew his game a little bit, and just to have somebody like that play here with me is just going to be great.
Break down those matchups in Minnesota. You all, he said you all went against each other a few times, and some of it was more individual stuff.
Yeah.
But how was that?
I mean, he's a beast. He's aggressive. He's hard to guard. He's so big, so strong. I mean, you just gotta pick your battles and just be smart and just watch for the elbows. I mean, he's gonna throw a lot of them.
We just talked to Reid, and he said he enjoyed meeting you in Minnesota, but you all didn't have any conversations about maybe playing at Kentucky. Of course, that's where the Final Four is. Will you just lie to us and say you and Reid paired up and said, we're going to come back here and win this thing?
I had
Just
no
make up a
idea.
story
I
if you
mean,
want.
I had no idea he was still coming to college. I didn't know what he was going to do. So, I mean, I had no idea he had Kentucky on his mind or anything. So, just being out there with him was just great that weekend. And just having him here has just been great for the young guys as well.
All right, so just say, yeah, man, I whispered. Let's go win it all.
But has it since clicked with you all that, like, oh, yeah, we were there, and that is where the Final Four is? That's how it did
I honestly
begin?
didn't even know the Final Four was there.
Oh, really?
To be
So this
completely
is all
honest
news
with
to
you,
you.
yeah.
All right, you better practice your story, because if you all win it all, Disney's going to be calling, and they're going to want something a little bit more dramatic.
I've already got my hotel booked.